Hey everyone, Jacob from Ascend Consulting here. Wanted to spend some time today and go through the Vision Traction Organizer from EOS. We love using this tool as we work with clients to really get them clarity around where they're going and communicate that to their team. This has been a tool that we just have seen a ton of change driven from in our own company and in our clients' companies. So we love to use it. Wanted to walk through it for you so you can see what it does, and would love to help you with it if we can and you need help. So as we have the Vision Traction Organizer in front of us here, this is the PDF version of it. You can get in a Word version or a PDF version from EOS's website. We'll start with the core values as we think through the vision. So, as we think core values, you hear these thrown around a lot in companies. But when you look at core values in these from an EOS perspective, you should be saying these are vital and timeless guiding principles for your company. And as you look at these, they should really guide you in your hiring decisions, who you hire, who you fire, how you review your employees. You really should be living by these. And your team should be able to communicate what they are from that perspective. We also like to use these to guide in selecting customers. You shouldn't just be taking any customer on. You should be saying, hey, if we serve this customer, will it go against our core values or not? So these really do need to become guiding principles for your company. So we love putting them here, starting with that, because if we get off, the rest of this doesn't align to what our guiding principles are, then what's the point in it? And if we're building our company in a direction that doesn't align to our core values, once again, we're really going to struggle to gain traction in the long run. As we move to the core focus section, you'll notice in the core focus section, there's two different areas around the purpose, cause, and passion and our niche. But when we think about a core focus, what is the goal of this section? And this is to keep you pointed in the right direction. And it's to refine those core values down and say, how are we going to focus and deliver those core values? We really believe this section and what you put in here should be a guardrails to an entrepreneur. So it should be helping them stop chasing the shining objects and returning them to your guiding passions. As an entrepreneur, we always have those shiny objects that we want to go after, and it's like, oh, that's exciting, and we want to go this way. But if we just continually do that, it creates a lot of chaos in our companies. So when we have this core focus, we take those shiny objects and say, do those align to the focus of this company or not? And if not, we shouldn't be doing them. If they do, then maybe we refine and say, is that a good thing to spend our time on or not? But this should be a lot of guardrails that keep us pointed in the right direction. So when we think of the purpose, cause, or passion, typically a company only has one of these. But this is really, why does your organization exist? And it should be 3 to 7 words, very simple language that people can understand. When you think of Ascend Consulting, ours is building dreams, preserving legacies. So very simple, we want to help clients build their dreams and preserve their legacies. And that's really what our purpose is. When you think of the niche of this, it's how do you apply that passion or that purpose cause? This can be a little hard until you figure your revenue model out. But once you have a revenue model figured out, that this should really start being able to be created. And you're kind of narrowing in that purpose and saying, how do we deliver our purpose, our cause, our passion to our clients? And for us here at Ascend, as an example, this is aligning financial and business strategies to achieve abundance for the company and the entrepreneur. So we take building dreams and preserving legacies and distill that down into how we're actually going to do that for our clients. As we think through the 10-year target piece, this is, in the words of Jim Collins, your big, hairy, audacious goal. That long-term vision that is so daring in scope, it seems impossible and scares you. But at the same time, when you put that out there and you communicate that to your team, everyone kind of rally behind it. It becomes a calling card to say, here's what we hope to achieve as a company. That being said, it does need to be specific and measurable. So, did you actually hit it? Are we on a course to it? So we need something specific and measurable there, but it should be pretty audacious in what you're naming there for your 10-year target. From a marketing strategy perspective, we get into this. There's several different components here in the marketing strategy. Not all companies have all of them, and we'll kind of touch on that as we get in there. When you think your target market, what they call the list, this is who is your ideal customer? How do they think? What do they need? What do they appreciate? Who are they? What's their job title? What industry are they in? Where are they located at? And so crafting what makes that target market and who are you going after? The 3 uniques is what makes you unique from your competitors. What do you excel at that really makes you unique? It could be, the way you think about things, the way you look at things, but what makes you unique compared to your competitors? Proven process. This should be 3 to 7 steps that is proven for you. And as you continue to build this, you should have a visual for this, an illustrated copy of it that says, hey, this is kind of the layout of our process, and here's how we go about delivering things to our clients. A lot of times these should be named, and as you grow in size, you may be trademarking that process, and you want to protect that IP. That is your proven process to deliver results for your client, or deliver what they're looking for, or deliver their product. Guarantee, a lot of companies don't have this one, but this can be a great marketing tool if you do. So what can you guarantee to your clients as part of your marketing pitch? So as we move from there, that's kind of the vision of, core values, core focus, 10-year target, marketing strategy. Then we move into the 3-year picture. What should things look like in 3 years? What revenue do you want to be at? What profit? What measurables should you be looking at? What do you want this to look like? And these are descriptors. So measurables need to be truly measurable. They need to be specific, so they're there. Maybe measurables is you want to work less. Well, what does that look like? Is that only work 40 hours a week? Is that, how do you want to measure that? Just saying I want to spend more time with my family is not a measurable. I only want to work 40 hours a week is a measurable that you can define in there. What does it look like? What are your business lines? What are your divisions look like? What clients are you serving? Maybe today you are doing 10 different things, but in 3 years you only want to be doing 1. So what does that 3-year picture look like? And really dialing that down. So as you'll notice, we went 10 years to 3 years. As we move into the second page of this, we continue working our way down. So now we go to the 1-year plan. What's the future date? What's the revenues? What's the profit you want to hit next year for the year? What are those measurables that we're going to do? So these measurables typically become KPIs from that perspective. So we're going to measure those. We're going to monitor them, make sure we're on course. And then what are our goals for the years? Once again, these goals need to be specific, measurable, obtainable, relatable, and timely. And so obviously we have those SMART goals for 1 year, and we should have each of those in there. As we move into what's rocks, these are 90-day goals. So what are you going to focus on in the next quarter? So for the next quarter, what's our revenue? What's our profit? What's our KPIs? And then what are rocks, the most important things for us to achieve this quarter? And we should be assigning a who to these. These rocks should tie to your goals for the year. And so if we want to achieve these goals for the year, here's the most important things that have to be done in the next quarter. These shouldn't all be lumped on one person. These should be spread out across multiple people in your management team. These are the company rocks, and there might be components of those that other people need to support, but there needs to be one person primarily responsible for them. As we move in to the issues list, this is literally just take 15 minutes with your team. And what are the biggest issues we're facing? This is not time to identify, discuss, solve. Really, all you're doing right now is listing those issues. So you're just identifying them and putting them here for future reference of these are known issues that we need to solve. What I'll challenge you here is don't list issues that are already being solved by rocks. We have a rock to solve. These are unsolved issues that we haven't identified, discussed, solved. If we've already assigned a rock to them, we've identified, discussed, and solved it already. The solution may not be implemented, but we know what that is, and we have a rock to get there. So put these as issues that need to be resolved in the future and that we need to be aware of. And you can work to solve those in future meetings, but important to capture them here from a vision perspective. So that's a quick overview of the Vision Traction Organizer from EOS. As I said before, we really love this tool. and using it with clients to make sure that their vision is distilled down and easily communicatable to their team and keep everyone pointed in the right direction. Hope that helps. If you would like a vision traction organizer for your company, feel free to reach out to us, as we do leverage this as part of our services many times. So hope you have a great day.